As you said earlier, with 31 VSSs, you would have thought more than one team would be able to take a back-to-back title, but unfortunately not the case. It's just so hard to be consistent week in, week out, especially with the high level of teams that we see come through our ranks. So we'll see which team has it in them to take that next extra step into the top 8 as we get loaded into Champ Select, or Agent Select, I should say, here for Bind the 3rd time in a row. We've seen Bind today. We are loving the teleporter action, and I believe the 2nd time we're going to be seeing a Killjoy here on Bind.
Yeah, we did have that coming out from Inox in the last map, and a quick Agent Select coming out here for TradeLikePros Red and Elysium.
Yeah, really quick stuff. No wasting around. Both teams prepped and ready here for this map going into top 16. So we take a quick look, a newly refreshed look here at our old reliable map Bind, quickly becoming much like our Dust 2, I think, of this game. You know, very much a map that teams want to default to. We've been so teased, I feel like, with the introduction of Icebox and of Sky that we haven't gotten to see either of them this week. So you can add more maps, you can add more agents, but when it comes down to it, when the stakes are this high, these teams are certainly going to stick with what's familiar to them.
Yeah, for sure. This is just the default comfort map pick, and can't blame a lot of teams for defaulting to the comfort. You don't want to force anything, especially in these single knockout games.
Absolutely, especially as you said, it's best of one. It is all or nothing, do or die, sudden death elimination here for TradeLikePros Red, here for Elysium. Elysium, the former champs in this mix-up. TradeLikePros still with something to prove here. And as we mentioned previously, TradeLikePros Red specifically has come so close to taking that last step, getting onto that pantheon of grand finals. This very well could be their week. But as is the case with every week of the Valorant Sunday Showdown, you're going to have to take out someone who's been there, done that, if you yourself want to be there and do that.
And as with every week of the Valorant Sunday Showdown, someone has disconnected. So we are at a pause, and we are we'll be back in as soon as we can. But, you know, it happens. People are pretty spread out.
Yeah, I can only guarantee people's connections if they come in for a LAN, and unfortunately I can't have them come in for a LAN quite yet. So we will hopefully be getting the aptly named Net back on the net. Hopefully his internet connection will not fail them this time around. And so we will get them loaded in here as quickly as possible. And that gives us a little bit of time here to take a quick look at these team compositions for TradeLikePros Red and for Elysium. Elysium with what I would say is basically the default team composition for a Bind setup. I think any additions or changes to this composition would be a little off meta. This is a very, very standard team composition coming out for Elysium. On the side of TradeLikePros Red, it's very much the same, just switching out that Killjoy for the Cypher. So we'll definitely be tracking how that kind of develops with that Sentinel conversation. You know, is the extra damage of the extra damage that Killjoy brings to the table worth trading out some of that information gathering that Cypher gives you over her kit?
Yeah, I think that on Bind specifically, I think Killjoy offers a little bit more. It really comes down to when that Hunter's Fury is available. If the Hunter's Fury is available, it completely just nullifies when you want to use the lockdown.
Right.
And like both of those abilities are conditional in terms of the ultimates. The Neural Theft, you have to be able to get that kill down to be able to use the Neural Theft. If you have that, I think the getting that kill for Killjoy is making sure that there's no Hunter's Fury available, or they just need to start figuring out different places to place these lockdowns.
Yeah.
Because it's getting so obvious where it's going to be.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those Hunter's Furies come through the walls and just take out that lockdown before it can even, you know, have a chance to fire up. So yeah, the Sova from Poly will certainly be a strong counter here for the killjoy of Adder. But that's important what you touched on is they've really got to get creative with these lockdown placements, and I really like that aspect of the lockdown ability, I have to say. I think it's a really, really smart adjustment from Riot to what could be you know, a game-changing ability. There has to be some give and take, and I think that the strength of the ability is perfectly tempered by there being that physical way to counter it by taking out that lockdown pylon, or I don't know, I'm not really sure how to refer to it, that lockdown thermos, as it were. So I think that's a really smart balance there from Riot, but you hit the nail right on the head there where, yeah, these players have to be really clever as to where they put it, because there's so many conditions that you need to meet for an effective lockdown. It needs to be put in a place that could either catch the enemy team out of position or force them away from an important area, and it needs to be put in a place where it can't be spotted out easily. It needs to be put in a place where your team can likely protect it, and that's so difficult when you have the likes of Polly sniping through the walls with that Hunter's Fury. So we'll see how Adder makes that adjustment there.
Yeah, waiting for Net still. Hopefully we'll have him back in just a few minutes. Waiting to see if it is like an actual issue in terms of power or something like that, or if you just had to reset a router. Hopefully it's just something easy like resetting a router, getting the internet reset, something like that. But
yeah, it is kind of fun to talk about that. We are a bit like a traditional sports broadcast in the fact that we have to take weather into consideration. We have to look at the radar from time to time. We've had squalls in the southeast, you know, hurt some of our friends in Florida in terms of their connections. I know currently on the west coast right now, there's some pretty decently sized storms. Here in the Midwest, where we're out on the farm, we've got some inclement weather as well. A bit of snow, rain, and wind knocking at our doors. So hopefully none of that snow, rain, or wind is hurting Net's power or internet. There, we do hope that will hopefully be sorted out soon. Hopefully getting the cats off the keyboards, as we like to say. But yeah, very standard team compositions here coming in here, save for that Killjoy going over to Adder. It will be interesting to see. We were talking about it before the event got started here today. It will be interesting to see if and how Skye gets worked into some of these compositions, because I don't think a lot of these players have had enough time with Skye to reasonably bring her into these compositions. But at the same time,
hey, he's moving.
Nice progress. At the same time, it will be interesting to see if and when she gets worked in, who and what she will replace.
Yeah, I think she'll be something similar to that the Cypher that we see come through. Maybe somewhat of a Sova role also.
Yeah, more of an intel gatherer.
Yeah, excited to see what we have coming out from her. But Nick about to find himself a bunch of action here in this teleporter. 2 numbers moving into Hookah. Oh my goodness, able to find himself 1 kill before he falls.
Yeah, I don't know if they heard Nick come through that teleporter there, and that paid off really well for TLP Red. Able to get that trade kill, and Adder tips the scales in the favor of TLP Red before going down to JP2. Elysium get themselves in a 3v3 as they push onto site, make it a 3v2. Polly takes the head off of Echo, and that's going to open the door for this spike to go down. Remedy already out on site here for the defenders, finds the kill onto Lucky. Net pushed forward into Hookah, could help his teammate out here in a big way. TLP Red with the presence onto site. Elysium forced to back away here. Remedy in a big fight here with Polly, throws down the smoke as JP2 takes down Remedy's teammate on the backside. Remedy now in this 1v2, throws down the spike, trying to get this defused to halfway. Remedy will be able to do so, takes a little bit of damage in the chest, can't find the damage onto JP2. JP2 makes it 3, and Elysium cruise to a 1-0 lead.
Yes, so many shots coming out across the board there, and only 2 members able to keep themselves alive. But that Rolling Thunder is a nice one to have half of your ultimate available for. Looks like Lucky was also able to get himself an ultimate point. And the ultimate's looking very good here early for Elysium as we are only in round 2.
Yeah, JP2 got himself off to a storming start, already able to pick up that Bulldog, no question. Full armor as well, 3-0-0 there. See if TLP can put together some sort of response here on this eco
Oh
round.
man, Members moving in through the backside with this teleporter. Net taking one down before he falls. Pauly gets 2 big kills before he falls to Net, and this is a 3v3.
Wow, this is exactly what TLP Red needed to be competitive in this round. They had some tempered aggression there towards Shower, got themselves the kills they needed. That will open the door for Elysium to get out onto this B site. TLP Red now, off this eco round, are about to set up for the retake here as the spike goes down.
Yeah, and Elysium just thought there was no way that there was no one on B side. So they actually took their sweet time planning, made sure to sweep out B, but everyone was just hanging out in Showers there for TradeLikePros.
Oh, Remedy taken out on the backside there, spotted out by the camera of Lucky. And oh goodness, TradeLikePros Red. It looks like they might have a shot in this one, but they're starting to drop like flies, and just underscoring wraps up the round with the paint shells. It was a valiant effort there from TLP Red, but Elysium will take the round. We'll see if TLP Red now can respond here with this full buy.
And Net almost has that ultimate available in round 3, 6 of 7, looking very good for himself, but 4-0-1 right now on JP2. He has been popping off, hasn't died yet, has that Bulldog, has that full armor.
Yeah, big start here for JP2. Let's see if they can keep that momentum rolling into the rest of the half here. TradeLikePros Red, a very crucial round for them to keep Elysium within arm's reach. Echo gonna meet the fellow Owl drone there out B long. Spots out a bit of intel for the defenders here. But Elysium not wasting any time pushing forward out onto B site, and that's gonna put Net in a tricky position here. Oh, but Net comes up massive, gets the double kill. Will get taken out by the shock tower to Pauly, but that's a big opportunity for TLP Red to get on the board here as Echo gets traded out for Pauly. That will lead to a spike plant. Oh, I may have spoken too soon as Lucky gets taken out through the box. JP2 trying to come up with a hero play, but Nick sprays him down. TLP Red get themselves on the board coolly and confidently.
Yeah, looking very good there for TradeLikePros. A great retake, and Elysium looking like they almost were able to get the spike down there, but things just did not work out for them.
Yeah, it was really difficult for Elysium after having what looked like a successful push out onto B site get completely shut down by Net. Net held strong there through the paranoia, through the flash I believe as well, turned away from the flash just perfectly, led to a double kill and a round there for TLP Red. Net now getting aggressive towards Hookah, will take some damage for the trouble. Meanwhile, Nick is greeted with some attackers there, and Shower are already getting off to an antsy start here in round 4.
Yeah, Get Greedy has to be aware of that swarm grenade. He is about to find a bunch of members here on A.
Adder set up here in Lamps,
Oh,
but it's
no.
going to be Remedy who has to come up big, and they won't be able to, just underscoring with an explosive double kill there as Get Greedy follows up with a kill onto Adder. And TLP Red, after such a successful third round, have floundered here in the 4th.
Yeah, Elysium looking so clean. They have 2 ultimates available. They have some rifles, and they have got to be feeling good at this point. With the Rolling Thunder available, you pretty much guarantee being able to stop a defuse, but still trying to get this defense down. Net able to take down Get Greedy there, now in a 2v3. Ico trying to get some intel down, but I'm not sure it's even worth trying here for TLP.
Yeah, this round has completely gone over to the side of Elysium. JP2 will wrap it up with a double kill there. TLP Red really struggled to find their footing there in that round. And now the economy is in shambles here for TLP Red. Meanwhile, Elysium starting to really secure their savings.
Yeah, Elysium definitely feeling good at this point. They have 3 ultimates around, and those are 3 amazing ultimates to have.
Yeah, lots of effectiveness rolled up into those 3 ultimates. They could practically, if played right, they could win themselves 3 rounds with those 3 ultimates. We'll see how it plays off for them. Who will shoot first? Meanwhile, on the side of TLP Red, they do have the Showstopper available. See if they pull that trigger here on this eco, try to get themselves some ground.
That's a ballsy push out from TLP. Everyone pushing in through showers, one member through TP. And it's going to be a big fight here. Easy spike plant for Elysium, and TLP just stuck in showers now.
Yeah, TLP, they had to take some risks to try to make this eco round work. The risk may not have paid off in the way they were wanting to, but they do have all 5 members to push in onto this retake. Here they come into the throes of Elysium, but just underscoring. Comes up big before getting gunned down by Nick, but Get Greedy follows up with a massive triple kill, and Elysium didn't sweat too much there, picking up that win over the thrifty TLP Red.
Yeah, Elysium just taking a 2v5 there against TradeLikePros. It was all they needed, 2 members in Lamps, 2 members in a Dream. But we have 9 ultimates available right now. You never see that.
Yeah, Elysium, they've been in a comfortable position. They've had the privilege of not having to use those ultimates to secure rounds. Now they are in a really nice spot with their ultimate economy, but TLP Red, despite the rounds they've dropped, find themselves in an even better spot. Plenty of utility available to them. We'll see how they decide to use it, especially be looking for that lockdown. Could really change the course of a round if used properly. Pauly on the side of Elysium maybe saving that Hunter's Fury as a response. Forced to back away there are the defenders of TLP Red, and here comes the Hunter's Fury from Pauly with the intel. Oh, finds damage. Can he find the kill? No, won't be able to find the kill. It will be net. Takes down Get Greedy right around the Hunter's Fury there in mid. So Pauly's going to have to do some work with the rifle, not with the bow.
Yeah, able to get a lot of damage down, but oh, Pauly finally takes down Net, and there we go. Looks like Trigger finally getting pulled here onto A. So many abilities getting used. The other Hunter's Fury getting used. Pauly able to get himself a 2nd kill. Lucky grabs himself one. Also, this is a 4v2 now.
Elysium confidently pushed out onto site, able to push back the members of TLP Red, set themselves up now. Elysium in a 4v2 with the spike working against, and here will come the lockdown from Adder.
Yeah, perfect timing after those Hunter's Furies.
Yeah, they know that the threat from Pauly is no longer there, so they can secure themselves this territory, but I don't know how this one will play out because Elysium can just wait for it to burn out, and they do. And now Elysium in a comfortable position. TLP Red, they've got to force the issue, and Adder does. Takes out Lucky towards Shower at Echo, holding down this mid corridor. I don't think there's time for TLP Red to be able to hold this one down. Adder just got to go for the exit frags here. Takes out Pauly. JP2, though, gets the revenge onto Adder. And an interesting decision, I guess, there from TLP Red. But I can almost understand it as they didn't really have the proper info to execute on that.
I think if they were going to use that, they probably should have waited a little bit longer. You try to want to time that where they don't have... So you want to use that ability to where the lockout is ending towards while you're defusing.
Right.
So they won't be able to force in onto you. And the beautiful thing about that play was they only had to use 1 ultimate on the side of Elysium. So many ultimates got used there. And there's still 4 ultimates on the side now of Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium are being really conservative here with their ultimate economy. Oh, goodness.
They're not even getting punished for it. Ico is able to take down JP2 there, but Elysium has been getting rewarded for a really conservative play.
Yeah, that is 1 ultimate off the board for Elysium, and here comes another into play. Net takes out his rival Raze with the showstopper, and Remedy, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, takes the head off of Get Greedy with the Blade Storm, and TradeLikePros making the most of their ultimates here while Elysium kind of sit on their hands.
Yeah, TradeLikePros definitely forcing up with the ultimates here. They didn't have the weapons to fight, but they had the ultimates to fight.
Ultimates can make all of the difference, and TradeLikePros using them to their maximum effectiveness, and Adder so close to finding the kill there onto Pauly. Won't come up with it in the end, but that's going to make Pauly rethink his positioning here and back away, and maybe rethink the whole round as Remedy picks up the 2K onto Lucky.
30 seconds
Pauly,
left.
the lone member for Elysium, gets taken down by Remedy, and that's going to be another round going over for TLP Red.
Yeah, and if you're Adder, that's one of those times where you just you missed the first 4 shots. Before Paul even killed him, he probably just got up from his computer. Because It's like, okay, I just know I'm dead at this point. I'm just going to go for a walk.
Adjusts DPI, looks at sensitivity and settings. Like, is this all right? I don't know. Maybe I was a little off.
Gray screen. We'll be right back.
Yeah, absolutely a tough position there, but still will equate into a win there for TLP Red. Now they can start shifting the momentum towards their favor. They can take this round off of Elysium, but Aiko getting spotted out here is not going to make it easy. It's knocked up by the fault line for good measure.
It looks like Aiko got hit by the recon bolt. Like, by the recon dart. I'm not sure where that even went, but oh man, Get Greedy able to take down Remedy, able to take the operator off the board here for TLP. Oh no!
A rare whiff from Just Underscore and gives the kill over to Aiko, but Elysium have the backup in tow. They get the kills onto the defenders. Aiko tries to pull out some heroics, but in the end, Elysium will win out, and they've still got 4 ultimates available.
I think we're just going to pretend we didn't see that showstopper.
It ended up not mattering in the end, so we can talk about it, but had that cost them a round,
we would have ignored it.
We would have brushed that one under the rug for our boy Just Underscore, and hate to see it, but it simply happens. There's not too much you can do about it.
Yeah, really clutch from Aiko there. Realized that he was about to die, canceled the Aldro just in time, and was barely able to move, barely able to get that rifle out.
Yeah, didn't want to get caught looking at his phone there.
The fact that he got the kill was impressive, but the fact that he didn't die to the showstopper was super impressive to me.
A little bit of fancy footwork paying off for Aiko, and now Elysium not wasting any time storming out onto the A site. They know TLP Red is weak, and they take advantage. Get Greedy sprays down one as Just Underscore and gets the kill into Adder. Remedy, though, still stands tall, and Lamps and Net with this flank could pinch in on Elysium, but Remedy gets taken out by Just Underscore, and Net will find the revenge onto Just Underscore, and TLP still find themselves in a disadvantageous position as they try to retake here. Pauly on the flank, unspotted by TLP Red. This could be so disastrous for the defenders. Pauly sneaks forward, gets the kill on the Net, and that's going to be round 9, making Elysium's 7th round.
Yeah, looking very good here for Elysium. You can see why there are only back-to-back winners. They are looking so clean right now. They've consistently kept 4 ultimates available. They're pretty much use an ultimate and then charge another one up in that same round.
Yeah,
It's pretty impressive to watch. Just Underscore and just used that rocket. He almost has it back up again.
Yeah, it's a nice kind of diversion from what we're usually used to, whereas if you have multiple ults available to you, you kind of go for that wombo combo, you know?
Oh yeah, I typically go for like one big round, but Net gets skeet shot out of the air. Pauly with the 2nd kill on the Nick.
Pauly completely carves up TradeLikePros like the Thanksgiving turkey, rips them apart with the Hunter's Fury. TLP Red don't have a leg to stand on here in this 10th round.
Yeah, they're just absolutely getting demolished by Elysium. It doesn't even look fair. They have families. Elysium, stop. They have families.
They're already dead,
They're
Elysium.
already dead.
Elysium putting the pedal to the metal here on TradeLikePros Red. This first half attack from Elysium has seemed nigh unstoppable. TLP Red won't be stopping them this time around. Elysium makes it 8 in the first half.
You gotta love a good catching someone off guard headshot. That's a
nice little doink.
Awful to be on the receiving end of, but really funny to watch happen.
And it feels good when you hit him with it. It's like, you know, I've not only am I out aiming you and outplaying you, I've out positioned you as well.
Doink.
Nice little doink.
Just
a nice
in
little
all
doink.
chat doink.
Maybe a little BM, but you know what? You gotta have a little BM. You know BM is the spice of life.
As long as you keep it in game and off Twitter.
Yeah, no Twitter chat. So we'll take a quick breather here. TLP Red. They've really had their backs up against the wall here in this first half. Elysium has not taken the pressure off of them one bit. TradeLikePros Red need to mix up their approach here if they're going to have a stable foothold in the second half.
Coming back.
Dilly Net has a stinger.
That's pretty not great.
Pretty unfortunate. Remedy able to get himself a big 2K to start things off. He falls to JP2, but that is a nice starter here for TLP Red.
Here comes the execute from Elysium. Regardless, they're kind of stuck in this Lamp's position as Adder creeps forward. Elysium, they surge forward. Oh, Adder not able to win out the trade over Get Greedy. Elysium certainly needed to get one back in this round if they wanted a chance. Eiko finds damage onto Polly there with the shock dart. We'll get big intel for his team as well.
Here we go, Rolling Thunder coming out onto A. JP2 gets taken down immediately after Polly finally gets that revenge onto Eiko. And Polly popping off, but Net just with that stinger all by himself.
This round looks so hopeful for TLP Red, especially getting the kill onto JP2 there. I thought was an excellent way for TLP Red
left
to wrap this round up, but they find themselves in a 1v2 as the spike makes its way over to A as the lone defender makes their way over to B.
He hung out in spawn and waited for the noise of the teleporter. That's so good.
So Net surely is giving away some intel here to the side of Elysium as he has to rush forward a bit, but Net gets an absolutely massive kill onto Get Greedy. Does Net know where Polly is? Can he spot him out? Polly, this is the second time we've seen Polly pull off this flank. Will it pay off once again? Polly surely taking his time around the corner. It's a matter of inches, and Polly wins out in the end. Polly comes up clutch for Elysium, takes down Net, and Elysium one round away from double digits as we are one round away from the second half.
Yeah, 10-2 in this first half would be absolutely monstrous here for Elysium, but that is exactly how they have been playing. They are dismantling TradeLikePros Red, and I'm just not even sure what to say. Elysium looking so clean.
Yeah, I mean, we looked at this matchup when we said this could be a really big chance to prove themselves for TLP Red. This we've talked about this roster as being up on the come up, their results steadily improving with every week. A win over a team like Elysium is certainly a message to other teams in the scene that you have arrived. But Elysium may have just shut the door right in TradeLikePros Red's face, may have sent them back to scrims. We'll see if TradeLikePros Red can pull themselves together here. It certainly has not worked out in this first half.
Beautiful damage coming through that smoke for Get Greedy. Nick gets taken so low there, but we're still in a 4v4. Health bar is definitely favoring Elysium, though.
Yeah, we got to see these ultimates start to come out here. TradeLikePros have 3 in the bank, and here comes the Hunter's Fury from Eiko. He could be so close to finding a kill. Will find the damage onto Lucky. Won't be rewarded with a kill, but just underscore in response takes out Eiko with that showstopper. So, ult's going for one, but TradeLikePros still have 3 to burn on this retake.
Yeah, I love the double satchel force into the Hunter's Fury coming through from Just Underscore in there. Oh my god, beautiful play coming through for Just Underscore and gets himself a 4K. Lucky finishes things off, but that'll be Elysium taking a 10-2 half.
That was, I can only describe as passive aggression. Elysium played that exactly right. They waited in the wings until that lockdown came out, and Just Underscore seized the opportunity immediately, made the absolute read onto TLP Red, surged forward, got the double kill, got the round, and Elysium with a cool, confident, comfortable first half, 10-2. TradeLikePros Red with a lot of work to do here in the second.
Yeah, and he actually made 2 of those decisions back to back. We saw Eiko pop the Hunter's Fury to start the round, and what was the response? Double satchels into a showstopper. Bye-bye, Eiko. Lockdown gets popped. What do we see? Double kill coming out from him. Just Underscore and absolutely reading TradeLikePros and dismantling them as a part of that.
Big situational awareness coming out from Elysium. Oh, really showing their experience here, but Lucky gets really burned up by that Nano Swarm grenade, and so TradeLikePros Red still on a 5v5, get themselves off to a strong start here in this pistol round. See if they can seize the opportunity as Spike goes down. Get Greedy sneaking his way onto A site. Hasn't run into any of the attackers yet, but has run into the turret. The turret opens up the action there for TLP Red, but it's going to be Just Underscoring who finds the first kill, and now Elysium starts to surge forward, but Net on the flank takes out Just Underscoring. Learned that one from Pauly, and Adder gets a massive double kill, and that may just have delivered this round over to TLP Red. Adder gets the triple kill. TLP Red staying alive.
Yeah, we saw them do the sneaky little Pauly shower flank there, able to reward himself with a kill because of that. But look at Pauly's KDA. He has 6 deaths. JP4 has died 4 times. Sorry, JP2 rather, but JP has died 4 times. That is nutty.
Might as well just start calling him JP4.
We're in the 14th round, and he's died 4 times. That's gross.
I wish I could only die 4 times 14 rounds into a Valorant game. I don't think I've ever come close to that. So,
yeah, that is a very impressive. It's very understated how important keeping yourself alive is.
Yeah, I would say the most important skill in Valorant is staying alive. Not giving your enemies any sort of, free advantage is crucial to winning out these close games. So, Elysium, they haven't made it close thus far in TLP Red. You can't keep it that way as the spike goes down here. There are no members of Elysium to try and stop them. It's going to be a full 5-on-5 retake here for the spike.
Yeah, this is going to be a fight. I'm surprised Elysium didn't have anyone over at A though.
Yeah, this full eco round definitely shows that teams like to stack up the numbers when they've only got pistols. They want as many barrels pointing in the right direction as possible, but as the time ticks away for Elysium here, it doesn't look like they're really going for a retake. Or if they are, they're certainly saving it to the last possible second. Oh, Net puts down the gun at the exact wrong time here. The round will tick away. The spike will tick down Elysium. Wow, picking up some big kills to close out the round there, and letting Adder die to the spike there is a big economic hit for TradeLikePros Red, and so Elysium, while they may not have been able to snatch away the round, they did do some serious economic damage there to TradeLikePros.
Yeah, it looks like we finally might have some rifles coming out here for Elysium, so they finally might be able to get their footing here in this second half. They are so close to finishing this game out, but TradeLikePros have so much work to do.
Yeah, TradeLikePros Red, they've really got to start putting a streak together here and now. They've got themselves off to a right start, but this will be a tough round. This will be a do-or-die round here for TradeLikePros Red in the face of this stacked buy here from Elysium.
Net moving in through Hookah, but Pauly about to find him out here, able to get himself that nice kill. I don't think Pauly knows about Net.
Net will capitalize. Yeah, Net takes advantage there, takes the head off of Pauly. JP2 can't win out the spray down. Get Greedy will find revenge before getting taken out for Remedy's double kill. So Elysium find themselves in a 2v3. Lucky pushes through the smoke, gets taken out by Remedy for the 3K, leaving Just Underscoring alive. We've seen him pick up triples, we've seen him pick up quadras, but this would be a bit more magical than those.
Yeah, and the attack was looking so clean for Elysium, but on this defense so far, I'm just not even sure what they're trying to do.
This is certainly the nature of the beast here on to Bind. Oh, sometimes these games can get real swingy from half to half, and TradeLikePros Red showing a perfect example of that thus far here in the second half, having only been able to pick up 2 rounds in the first half, have already gotten 3 in the second half. Elysium have yet to get themselves on the board in the second half. But for TradeLikePros Red, despite the 3-round streak, it still is just such a tough spot to be in as Elysium sit 3 rounds away from punching their ticket into top 8.
Yeah, when you take a 10-2 half, you buy yourself plenty of room to work with, and thankfully that was the case here for Elysium because they're having a bit of a struggle here on this round swap.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Elysium adjust. We've seen some teams approach this Bind defending side with a bit of aggression, getting a bit more in the face of the attackers. We haven't seen that quite yet from Elysium. We've certainly seen a bit more passive play. We'll see how it pays off now on this eco round here for Elysium as TradeLikePros Red surge forward onto A site. Elysium has 4 defenders in tow to greet them. Oh, Remedy pushing right through the Nanoswarm, could get rewarded for this push, and does. Gets the kill onto Get Greedy, gets the kill onto JP2. Remedy playing without fear, gets the double kill, and TradeLikePros here with a great opportunity. Lucky gets traded out there for Lucky gets the kill onto Adder as Just Underscoring goes down. Brings that to a 2v2 as Pauly gets the kill onto Remedy. Elysium with a chance here. Pauly for the triple kill. Pauly goes down. Aiko with the double kill with the clutch. It looked so dicey for TLP Red, but Aiko comes out on top.
Yeah, Aiko absolutely securing the round there. Pauly fighting with everything he could, but just wasn't enough in the end there. And TLP coming out fighting.
Yeah, this is absolutely massive for TLP Red. They needed to get these rounds not only to swing the game into their favor, but to build the confidence here for their team. And I would have to imagine they're feeling rather confident now, having put 4 rounds in a row onto Elysium. Now Elysium, they've got to start getting a little sweaty. They've got to start getting a little nervous because TradeLikePros has completely shifted the momentum of this match. Get Greedy so aggressive with this push up B long here. Inches away from disaster, but it's going to be the read from TLP Red. They pick out the positioning there and open the door wide open for themselves onto B site. Elysium without a hope of taking this one back.
This just looks like a completely different team here on the defense for Elysium.
Just Underscoring trying to find damage where he can. Will get that first kill. Can he find the second? TradeLikePros playing this one very carefully, playing it very safely, not revealing themselves here to the Rays. Here comes the push from Just Underscoring, surges forward as Aiko's actually got his back turned, but the positioning will pay off. Just Underscoring so close, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I think this will just be a save here for Elysium. There's almost no hope of them pulling this one out.
Yeah, probably the call at this point. Go ahead and keep those last 2 rifles that you have available. But like I said, it just looks like a completely different Elysium here in this second half.
Yeah, they have not shown the same prowess they had in the first half. The pace has completely slowed down from Elysium, and as I said before, the momentum has completely shifted over in the favor of TLP Red. And this is about as swinging of a match as you can get. Elysium started off with that 10-2 first half, and we now find ourselves 10-7 here in the second. And TLP Red got themselves an excellent case for a comeback.
Yeah, definitely looking very plausible at this point. But, I mean, 6 more rounds. It's a lot to do, but definitely looking doable at this point.
Yeah, and it does definitely ask questions of TLP Red regardless, because they're going to have multiple game plans to get those 6 rounds across. They can't just send the same thing at a team like Elysium and expect it to work over and over, so they will have to keep adjusting. Oh, the adjustments not paying off this time around as Just Underscoring wins out over Remedy. Remedy caught looking the wrong way, but Net finds the revenge on the Get Greedy. Just Underscoring tries to find the double kill, but Adder wins out in the end. TLP Red get themselves into a 4v3 as they send the spike on over to B site. Elysium will be caught on the rotate. We'll have to set up for a retake, but an excellent recon bolt there from Pauly will give tons of information over to the side of Elysium. Here comes Pauly around the corner, gets traded out for Nick here. Lucky tries to find an attacker lurking, but the attack has completely shifted back, and now the pressure is on Elysium as time ticks down.
Yeah, Net is so low. 2v3 here. And a great grenade to start things off. Oh man, Lucky able to get himself that first kill. Aiko gets the second, but oh no. TradeLikePros barely keep themselves alive, and they able to get themselves that 8th round.
I think JP2 was one Bulldog shot away from clutching that out. And Aiko wins out in the end. Aiko's scoreline, I have to say, certainly not representative of the performance we've seen them put on here today. Absolutely excellent stuff from Aiko, being in the right place at the right time here in the second half for TLP Red. Really, really strong stuff. And that's completely thrown a wedge into the defense of Elysium here. They look absolutely lost in this second half.
Yeah, they're absolutely not on their element here. I'm not sure. We'll have to look after the game to see who picked this map, because definitely raising questions at this point.
Yeah, you guys should have just played on Icebox. Come on.
Yeah, come on, guys. Just play Icebox.
It's a complete 50-50.
Just play 5v5 Sky.
I don't know why we don't. So Pauly stumbled a bit here in the second half, trying to carry his team over the line here. Just needs 3 more rounds, and this Hunter's Fury could do some of the work. But here comes the push from TradeLikePros Red. Adder takes full advantage, snipes down Pauly, takes down Lucky. Adder punishes the Hunter's Fury from Elysium, and that leaves Elysium in a really tough spot as Get Greedy on the flank, trying to get some work done. Just underscoring though, fishing for a headshot, catches a big one, takes down Remedy as Get Greedy pushing through Hookah, takes out Net. Here comes the showstopper from Just Underscored, but the Nano Swarm completely melts him down. The second one almost kills him, but Adder will finish the job as JP2, forced to push through the Nano Swarm, is gonna feed Adder the quadra kill.
At this point, it honestly looks like Elysium is just running it down at TradeLikePros. Like, this game, I don't understand how this is the same Elysium that we saw go 10-2 in the first half. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
I think a lot of it can be said with how certain teams excel when they're pushing, you know, when they're surging forward, they've created the chaos. But when the chaos is created by another team, i.e. during an execute where the smokes and flashes are flying in, Elysium has struggled to deal with that push from TradeLikePros Red. They haven't been able to stand tall in the face of those strong pushes from TLP Red. Oh, Get Greedy though, trying to prove me wrong, takes the head off a Net. Elysium, they really, really need this round. We've mentioned a couple do or die rounds for TLP Red, and this is now a do or die round for Elysium. They've got to get this one done. They've got to stop the momentum of TradeLikePros Red right here and now. And TradeLikePros Red, as the clock ticks down to a minute, get one of their members taken out by Just Underscoring, trying to set themselves up on A where TradeLikePros Red. They may have to rethink that option here. Remedy spotted out there by the camera. Just Underscoring tries to land the blind shot. Be forced to back away as the push comes out from TradeLikePros Red. Remedy pushes right into the barrel. Get Greedy, Just Underscoring gets the double kill. Snipe, Lucky wraps it up, and Elysium in a do or die round they do.
Finally, but honestly, that round, TradeLikePros has been playing so aggressive and so just like, that round was so slow. They lost so many people individually. It wasn't the same style of attack that we've seen coming out from TLP Red.
Yeah, exactly. They tried to slow down the pace. They tried to be a little more tactical, and Elysium picked them apart across the map. So TradeLikePros Red, I think, recognizing they've really got to take the fight here to Elysium. Bladestorm popped for Remedy. Remedy's had a very strong game here thus far. See if they can keep that momentum going with this Bladestorm. Oh, Pauly just catches a few pixels of Net there, gets a little bit of information, but here comes the push, and Net wins out in the end, takes the head off of Pauly as Remedy takes down JP2 with a Bladestorm. Adder gets traded out by Net, but Net gets the double kill, takes down Get Greedy. And so TradeLikePros Red in a comfortable 4v2. They dropped one in the second half. They don't want to drop any more.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for silver linings there for Elysium, it's good that the kills went over to Net there, not to Remedy, because it would have reset his blades. I think he only has one more knife available. So, little silver lining thing, but I don't think they're going to try to fight this. But it looks like it's just going to be 10-11. This is insane. It was a 10-2 half, and now we're at 10-11.
This is a monster half from TLP Red thus far, chaining together 7 rounds in a row, and now looking to take 8 of the last 9. Really impressive response from TLP Red after having gone down 2-10 there in the first half. Oh, just underscoring gets taken out by Remedy, but Remedy gets traded out by Lucky. Aiko puts the cherry on top, takes out Lucky, and no surviving members of Elysium mean this is going to be a really awkward bye.
Let's have a big post-round gunfight. Let's go. But yeah, this is going to put Elysium in a really rough position. They have 3 ultimates available. 3 ultimates also available for TLP Red, but man, with the momentum coming through for TradeLikePros Red, I'm just not sure that Elysium is going to be able to get these last 2 points on the board.
It certainly seems like an impossible task for Elysium, considering how well TradeLikePros Red have played in this second half. Elysium, they've got to show their clutch factor here and now. They have run out of rounds to give away. TradeLikePros Red, once again with a more tactical approach here. This hasn't paid off for them. This hasn't been guaranteed to pay off for them. See if it works out for them this time. Lucky will get the spot there onto Remedy. Oh, and Lucky combines with just underscoring for 2 big opening kills. This could be the edge that Elysium need to get themselves onto match point, but Net with a big response, with a big push, takes down just underscoring, and TradeLikePros aren't dead yet. Here comes the Rolling Thunder from Elysium, as well as the Hunter's Fury from Aiko, takes down Lucky through the walls, and Elysium back to level pegging here with TradeLikePros Red. TradeLikePros Red don't have the spike in hand. They can't get a plant off it, and Elysium are lurking right around these corners. Polly takes the head off a Net, but Remedy gets the revenge onto Polly. Now a 2v2 with less than 30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, the spike is down. I don't know if they'll be able to go grab it, but oh man, JP almost gets that kill onto Remedy, but Remedy's headshots have been so on point. Get Greedy all by himself over at B, now running over to A, but might just get wiped out as soon as he gets over here.
Yeah, TLP Red with a big opportunity now in this 2v1 to get themselves set up, but they don't really know where Get Greedy is going to be coming from. They don't know what to expect, and that's going to turn into big damage onto Remedy, but Aiko there for support, takes down Get Greedy, and TradeLikePros Red have done the almost impossible and have tied this one up at 11 apiece after having dropped that first half 10-2.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's wild, the fact that they're tied up right now.
Really impressive mental fortitude, I think, coming out from TradeLikePros Red to not get discouraged with such a massive deficit, kept their heads up, and fed Remedy. Remedy now up to 20-17-4, has been so consistent with finding those kills. And Elysium haven't had an answer for it here in the second half. And Elysium now on a force buy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's been Remedy consistent about finding kills or Elysium been really consistent about inting him kills. They have not been playing good in the second half.
Porque no los dos. Get Greedy holding this B corridor position for the umpteenth time. Feels like, see if it will pay off for them this time around. Once again, here comes the execute from TradeLikePros Red, but JP2 takes this off angle position here in Hookah, takes down Net. I don't think TradeLikePros Red were expecting that, but JP2 is brought so low.
Yeah, down to 8 HP, and he has got to be feeling good right now. Anytime you live with that that few HP, it is definitely a miracle, especially in Stinger versus Rifle.
TradeLikePros with a full 4 stack coming forward through this A mid corridor. Lucky does have a bit of an angle here, but it will be a while till he actually spots out anyone. He will spot out the utility first, and that is the signal for Elysium to prepare the retake rather, as TradeLikePros gets set up on the site. Just underscoring sends out the paint shells. Don't think he was able to find any damage, but that is big intel. But just underscoring won't be able to make use of it. As Nick takes him out. Less than 10 seconds remaining as the spike goes down. Elysium now in a 4v4. The health bar looking rather rough there for JP2, I believe. Here comes the retake.
Retake might be coming out. If JP touches that Nanoswarm grenade, he dies. but immediately dies as bullets coming through that smoke. TLP going down to a 2v2. Elysium in a very good place to take this. Pauly all by himself. Oh no, he's able to get that kill. 1v1 now. Pauly gets killed by Remedy from behind, and that is TradeLikePros taking it to match point.
That was an amazing play from TradeLikePros Red. Elysium had no clue where they were going to be coming from. You saw Pauly completely looking over towards A mid, completely expecting the retake to come from there, and ends up getting shot in the back. Remedy and Adder combined to play that really, really well for TradeLikePros Red, and that is going to be 12 points for TradeLikePros Red. That is going to be match point for TradeLikePros Red.
And there's been so many just repeated econ choices, that poor econ choices from Elysium, that they don't even have full shields. One of the members didn't have a shield.
It's tough to get any econ together when you've only one run round and a half.
Yeah, just underscoring does not have a shield. That is wild.
It's a tough position here for Elysium to try and send this one over into overtime. They have to be absolutely shattered by this new development. They looked all but set to close this one out, and TradeLikePros Red kick down the door, get themselves ahead of Elysium, but Get Greedy ain't done yet. Finds a big double kill, finds a big triple kill. Get Greedy comes up absolutely massive in hookah, and now TradeLikePros Red in a 2v4 to try and stop this one for going on into overtime.
Yeah, but Remedy's still alive, so if you're Elysium, you have got to be afraid. He is so deadly. Oh no, Get Greedy finds himself, picks himself up a 4K, trying to finish this out. He gets himself an ace to bring us to overtime.
Get Greedy
popping off.
Get Greedy is the hero of Elysium, completely saves the day for his team. It looked so dire, it looked so desolate for Elysium, but against all odds, they stop the comeback for now. They get themselves some extra chances to take this one home. TradeLikePros Red, they've come the distance. Now they just need to make it that last little bit extra. Oh, Remedy going for the full op buy there. No armor for Remedy, no nothing. Just an op and a dream for Remedy. We'll see how Elysium handle that threat here. As Elysium swap on over towards attack, Remedy will be facing them down on A site with that op in hand. And Elysium already with a spread approach to approach this first round of OT.
Yeah, but I feel like the way the second half went, this is probably like 70-30 TLP. Like, TLP has been playing so monstrously well in the second half here. They've been finding amazing picks. Net almost gets something done there, but able to back himself out before taking any damage.
You can tell both teams are playing so much more cautiously now. The stakes are that much more tense. Now that we're in OT, every kill means that much more. Neither team wanting to give anything away. Not even giving away very much intel as either side, not pushing up either side of the map. But Elysium now running out of time here to make a play, decide on the A site and push on forward. Net combines with Echo to get that kill onto just underscoring, but the op is smoked out there for Remedy. Net backed into this corner as Elysium surge forward out onto A site. Elysium in a 4v5 trying to find some kills, and Pauly will find the kill, finds the headshot onto Remedy as Elysium get the spike down.
Get Greedy taking down Net. So many kills coming out here. 4v3 for Elysium fighting here in this overtime position. Oh, Pauly able to take down Adder. Nick taking down Pauly. Still a 3v2.
Ico's got that op, took it off the hands there of Remedy. Oh, but he can't use anything, can't use it for anything there, gets taken out. Nick, though, finds a kill into JP2. That gives TLP Red some hope, but that intel, the spy cam dart in the chest of Nick makes it that much harder as the spike goes down. Won't be able to stick the defuse, and Elysium once again take the lead, though this time in overtime.
Switching sides. Match point.
Yeah, Elysium able to get that point on the board, and it makes sense that they were able to pick that one up. We did see a rough defense half come out for TradeLikePros, so it makes sense that they are going to struggle a little bit. But coming off of that confidence of that second half, their defense did look a lot better than the first half.
Yeah, will be the real test for Elysium now, is trying to get around on defense with which both sides really struggled with here in this match. Just
My
underscoring
God.
though, comes up big, gets big damage onto the members of TLP Red. TLP Red find 2 kills in response, but not before losing 3 of their members. Elysium, they said, this is how we'll play defense. We'll play it like attack. We'll rush on forward. We'll get right in their faces, but just underscoring will go down to Aiko, but Pauly takes down his rival Sova, and now just a 1v2 net, trying to keep TLP Red's hopes alive in this tournament.
Yeah, things were not looking good for Elysium for a long time, but they are 1 kill away from finishing this out. Net trying to get this spike down. They knows exactly where Pauly is. Should be able to get the spike down now, but going to have a hell of a time defending it now. Yep, that's the game. Elysium able to finish this out. Didn't look good in the second half, but finally able to finish things out.
I mean, yeah, excellent play there from both of the teams. All credit for TLP Red for having overcome that massive 10-2 deficit, sent us on into overtime off of Elysium, preventing TLP Red from closing that one out. TLP Red got themselves on the match point, so close to closing this one out as well, but Elysium come out clutch in the end. They got themselves that all-important defenders round by just pushing up into the face there of TLP Red, and Elysium, former back-to-back VSS champs, once again punching their ticket onto the top 8. But has to be said, really impressive stuff there from TLP Red. We said this roster has been making a lot of progress here in recent weeks, and I think this game was an excellent display of that. But this game was also an excellent display here for Get Greedy on the side of Elysium. Came up big for his team there in that final round. Most importantly, 26-17-8. Get Greedy, your match MVP.
Yeah, great performance coming through for Get Greedy. All of the members here for Elysium performing very well. 25-17 there from Pauly, 21-20 from Just Underscoring. So many members above that 20 kill mark, and they were all performing so well. It just blows me away that TradeLikePros was down 2-10, and they were the ones to hit match point first.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's a stunning performance from TLP Red there. They just had to, close out those last few rounds, and, this match looks entirely different. And so, Elysium will secure their spot here into top 8. We are going to take a quick few-minute break, and we ourselves will be back with top 8, and stick around. You definitely don't want to miss it.